all he does is lots of do-do. We love Poppy. Yes, it's true. Cause all he does is lots of do-do. He laid down like, stop, Mom. He said, no sing do-do song.
Hi.
He said, we love Poppy. Yes, it's true. Cause all he does is do-do-do. And we love Poppy. And yes, it's true. Cause all he does is do-do-do. Go, Poppy. Do-do-do. Go. Oh, you can have your ginger ale. You want to take that with you in your wine glass?
No. I have my water. My
little bit
water.
of juice. Yeah.
No, I have my water.
Mama, what could you eat?
I don't know, Miss Ma'am. Hey y'all, hey besties. So it's like early, I don't know, it's like 7 o'clock. For me, very early. I just got up. I have to go run some errands. I don't know if I'm gonna take this camera thing with me, but I did just want to start the vlog because I'm in my vlog era. I just got up, I washed my face, brushed my teeth. I'm just gonna put on my face cream. I've been using Pond's because, okay, there we go. My mom told me that it's what my grandmother used all the time, and like she had like really great skin. She never used much. It was like pretty much Cetaphil and Pond's. So I've been washing my face every day with the gold antibacterial dial soap, putting a little bit of tea tree oil after that. Then I go in with the Pond's. My skin is so dry, so I have to like make sure I'm really moisturized. So after I go in with the Pond's, then I just use come on, focus. Like the whole point of this. Okay, I gotta get out the camera. There we go. I use this vitamin E oil from Amazon. I saw this like on TikTok. Like people were like mixing the soap with the tea tree oil and the vitamin E oil. I don't like that. So I do everything separately. And that's just how I do it. I just want to make sure my skin looks really good because I don't want to wear much makeup this summer. Like I just don't want to. This pimple on my chin is the star of the show though. Like, let's stay back there because now that is out the way. I washed my hair, so I took my beads out. This is my current shrinkage. Like this is where my locks should be. This is where they all are. Let's see if they extend with them. I am finally 11 months locked. I will be a year on April 12th. I just try to like pull them down so that like they extend. My hair just kind of like sucks the water in like a sponge. I loved the look with all the beads and like all the shells on them, but I couldn't do that today because I'm putting in my faux locks later. You know, I don't go anywhere without my handcuffs. Oh, I have on a craft shirt, so I just got like this cute like new tripod stand for my camera. It holds like my camera and my phone, so in case I have to switch. This was like the last step in me stepping into my official vlog era, so camera. So yeah, I'm just gonna smoke and eat my bagel. I'll film some more later when I get back. I'm not gonna take this whole setup outside, so yeah, I will see you guys when I get back and we can package some orders together and I don't know, find something to do. So I just got home. I am super overstimulated. I had a flare up while I was walking to the pharmacy. I'm just like so tired. So like for those of you who don't know, back in November I was diagnosed with this chronic illness called POTS, and it stands for Postural Orthostatic Tachycardia syndrome. Basically when I go from sitting to standing, laying to sitting, standing, whatever, like when my posture goes upward, or I stand up for too long, walk for too long, sit for too long, basically just existing, causes my heart to go all out of whack, and Like even right now, I'm just like literally sitting on my couch and I'm out of breath. It's like, it's exhausting. At least it's early. It's 10 o'clock. I've been waking up early lately, so I have more hours in the day. For a while, I was like waking up, and you guys know I was like filming all of my YouTube videos at like 3 a.m. So I got these new noise canceling headphones. They're really cute. And like they're simple. I love them. They have like this little button on the side that just instantly zones everything out, and it's just so, I love it. Anyway, since it's 10 now, I'm probably just gonna relax for a little while, catch up on Swarm. I will be making a whole breakdown video on that after I finish doing my hair, which I will probably do tonight. I plan on doing my hair tonight. This is so weird, like I'm really in my vlog era. I'm sitting here, I'm just like, I don't know, I just want this channel to feel like we're on FaceTime. Like I know my main channel does feel like, you know, a lot of you say it feels like we're sitting down and like we're just talking, but like that's what I really want this channel to be like home. Like without the, you know, conspiracy talk. This is just like my public diary, my safety space. Like I just needed something like that to have, because like everything else right now seems so content centered. Like everything's about making content and making everything so aesthetically pleasing, and just I don't have time for that right now. There's something happening outside my window, but I don't know what it is. A seagull actually tried to fly into my kitchen window the other day, and I got scared, so like I screamed, and then it like flew away, and then my mom was like all mad, like why'd you scare it away? And then she tried to like lay like little food and like crumbs and stuff like for it to come back to the windowsill. She's crazy. Like I'm used to like seeing like pigeons and stuff like that, but like seagulls, very weird. But yeah, I'm just gonna go relax on my couch in my living room for a little while, because there's no TV in here. It's just like a, like basically like my closet, my studio, like filming space, and like where I do like my hair, my makeup, like, you know, things like that. I even I have my altar in here too, because I didn't want that in my bedroom, you know. So yeah, probably take a nap, but I'm gonna try to finish Swarm so that I can take all these notes, because y'all, this, if you saw the show, I'm not even gonna talk about it because I'm scared. Next time anybody asks me who my favorite artist is, it's Naija, it's Beyonce, it is, I'm not even gonna say who my favorite artist is. I'm going to ask them who theirs is, and I'm just gonna agree and say that you are absolutely right, they are the best. I don't want no smoke out here, like honestly. Did y'all see what she did to the YouTuber in his crib? And he was like, nigga, Twitter? Like, no, I don't, no thank you. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then just go to Amazon Prime and look up Swarm and watch it at your own discretion. You don't even have to, but I will be doing a full video breakdown on my other channel. I don't know which one of these videos will be up first. I really don't know. Y'all know me, and my time management is not the best. Like my time blindness is insane, and it's like weird because like I'm also like super schedule oriented, but like sometimes when it just comes to time, I just don't believe it exists. But okay, I'll talk to you guys later. So I'm just laying on the couch right now, but what are you doing, sir? Yeah, because you're always doing too much. So I was feeling trollish, and I went on Twitter and said good morning to Beyonce and Beyonce stands only. So people are asking if I got hacked. No, I just saw Swarm, and I'm not coming to play with any Beyonce stands. My hair shrunk right back up. It's so annoying. Okay, y'all, I'm back, and I'm sitting here at my desk. I have my little, you know, stuff here. Bestie is about to bring out the rolling tray so I can roll up before I start getting my work done. I have my little station together. I really need to put this screen protector on my camera, but that can wait. And it is actually the next day because I did not, I could not finish filming yesterday. I just was not feeling well. When y'all saw me lay on that couch, that was the end of that saga, okay? I love my little stash jar so much. One of the besties made me a whole rolling kit. Like, it was just, I love it so much. I will add her info, you know, somewhere. It's in one of my videos, but I'll add it somewhere in this too, in case anybody wants to get a custom made one. It's like, she can put your logo on it, anything that you desire, your little heart. Just make sure you tell her bestie sent you. I know you guys are so used to me like always like having something to talk about, because like my main channel, like my videos are like very structured, so it's like I don't run out of things. But I'm really pretty boring and quiet, you guys. Like I'm nonverbal more out of the day than I am like talkative. So I hope that these vlogs are not like super boring and you guys don't hate them. And I know my first vlog seemed like more exciting and like I do more, but that was before I found out I was sick, and I was like really like pushing myself. And yeah, like I was with my ex and that was just like a whole nother world. Like I basically was like in his life, and everything that like he wanted to do, I was just like kind of along for the ride. I'm not really like the adventurous person or whatever. Like I always have to like be with someone who's like more adventurous, who's gonna like take me out of my comfort zone, because if not, I'm just gonna sit in this house all day. So yeah, if you guys were expecting like more vlogs like that first one, like me, especially to me being drunk and stuff like that, absolutely not. I haven't had a drink since Halloween. Yeah, so I landed in the hospital because of that, because of my POTS. Absolutely not. So even in my videos, like when you guys have been seeing like the wine and the water rolling tray, like I don't even drink wine half the time. A lot of the time there's like ginger ale or juice inside of my wine glass because I can't tolerate alcohol anymore, which is fine. But yeah, just thought I would share that with you guys because I don't know what everybody's expecting, but I'm just like really showing up as me. Like this is just what I do all the time. This is Shelby. So I hope you guys love it. If you don't, I understand. It's like I've tried in the past to be like one of those like aesthetic like girlies, like the vloggers, and you know, all the angles, and I'm gonna set up the camera at the foot of my bed, and then I'm gonna walk into the bathroom, you're gonna see that angle, and then you're gonna have that. I can't do it. I'm just gonna carry this camera, and where I go, y'all go. I don't know, but I cannot. It just feels so unnatural to me, and I love watching it. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think it's corny or anything like that. I think it's a lot. I think it's a little extra, but like as a viewer, I do appreciate it. I don't, you know, I don't mind it. But I feel like it also takes away like the authenticity of it. Like I was on TikTok, and this couple that I follow, the husband made a video saying that they're now separating, and you know, he's trying to like find his footing like on his own and stuff, which is fine. But in that video of him telling us that, it was like all these camera angles, and the camera was by the door, and then it was by the, you know, the fireplace, and he was here, then he was there, and then he was there, and it was just like, can you sit down for a second and like really talk to us? Like I can't really get into like the seriousness of this video right now and like the conversation that is being had, because there's so many camera angles, and I feel like I'm watching like an actual theater production. Like I'm supposed to feel something. Like I don't know, it was just, I just feel like it takes away that feel that vlogging was supposed to give in the beginning. Like, you know, like it was really just candid and an inside look into someone's, you know, day-to-day, but then it turned into like this aesthetic war, and I'm not really down with that. It's like so quiet in my apartment right now. My mom is knocked out. I don't know where my dog is. He's a little too quiet for me. I don't even know what time it is. I think it's like 2:30 or something. I've been up all day, but like I haven't gotten anything done, like not a bit. And I have a lot of stuff to do today. Like I have a few packages to order. I have a few orders to package and fill, and then I have to order a delivery, a pickup for, you know, the post office to come pick up the packages, because with the way I've been flaring up lately, I can't even make it to like walk to the freaking post office. Like it's really annoying. So I have an appointment with my cardiologist on Monday to get, well, by the time this is up, right now it's Wednesday, so I have an appointment on Monday to get my echo on my heart. So we shall see. It's just like back and forth, blood drawn, echo, heart monitor, freaking all these tests. They want to test me for EDS, and like it's just so many things. And the fact that all of this, every single ailment that I have right now stems from my autism, and the fact that I was not recognized being on the spectrum until so much later in life. Everything that is going on, like the EDS, is usually there are comorbidities. These things exist with each other. So starts off with the autism, then there's EDS, which is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and I have the hypermobile type. I passed the Brighton scale, and there was like another one, like another set of criteria, and I passed that too. So the fact that this one overlooked my whole life. But people were always just like, oh, she's so smart, there's nothing wrong with her, she just, you know, she handles things different, and all the things that should have led to me being diagnosed as a child were just like, because of where I lived and because of my demographic, people could not believe that I could possibly have needs that needed to be met or whatever, because I was so independent and so smart and so gifted. And it was just like, okay, but all of these things where I'm so good and so smart and like so hyper focused on, there are also so many things that I'm like terrible at. Like for years I've had math teachers like call me lazy and say that I wasn't trying to like do the work or like, you know, be involved in like my class stuff, and it wasn't even that. Years later I now know that I am, I don't know, do you call it dyscalculia? Well, I don't know, because, you know, people who have dyslexia are dyslexic. I don't know, but I'm basically dyslexic, but in math, and it's called dyscalculia. I see numbers upside down sometimes. I have really bad problems with like place value and like things like that. Like if you like show me like a really long number, it like kind of takes me a second to figure out like the place value and like what the number is, like millions, thousands, tenths, you know, stuff like that. Sometimes just counting I get overwhelmed, but then also that's the thing too. People assume that I was good with numbers because I'm always counting. I count everything because I have problems with odd numbers or like things being out of sync. I don't know. I like things to be even and I like things to make sense. So every time I'm walking, I walk and I count. Like there's never a time where I'm walking or I'm like moving somewhere and I'm not counting. Like I can't remember a time in my life where I didn't. Like my very first memory is of me ever walking. Like I know that I was counting in my head, which is weird. But yeah, and it's so that when like I step on like an odd number, I feel like something bad is gonna happen or like something off, and I know that's like my own brain or whatever, but I just don't mess with it. So, and like it's another form of like OCD that is also on the spectrum with me with my autism. And these are just things like my whole life, like my friends would just label like, oh, Shelby things, like, you know, Shelby's just being Shelby, or Shelby's being weird or quirky. There are thousands of other women that are exactly like me, and I found them on TikTok. Like, what? Like, there are so many people that do all the things that I do, that understand everything I'm going through. They just weren't in, you know, my range or whatever. I have to go find a lighter. Where's my iPad? That would probably be really clutch right now. BRB again. So I'm not like a gamer or anything, but okay, maybe I'm lying. I like video games. I'm not a real like like pro gamer, but I do like video games. I don't have a system yet, but I am gonna start streaming on Twitch, so I'm gonna do like reaction videos and stuff like that. But I also want to play games sometimes. So like, would y'all watch me play like I have like escape games and stuff on my iPad that I play a lot, and sometimes I just do like little puzzle solving and stuff like that. So if I was like doing stuff like that on Twitch, would y'all be cool with that? I need to do my faux locks. That's why my hair is like currently wrapped up like this, but I gotta get all this stuff out of the way first, and I'm hoping that when I do, it's smooth sailing. I have my notebook here, one of my I don't miss notebooks. Ooh. And paperwork that I have in there, because I always have freaking papers tucked into my notebooks. Like every single notebook I have like has freaking paper in it somewhere. Okay. But yeah, and my little stickers, because I have to add stickers to my bottles for my perfumes. I'm not just like chewing my necklace. This is like made for that. They're like dog tags, but they're like bendy. They're like they're chew toys. I don't like to say chew toys because I feel like a dog. But yeah, I like just when I get overstimulated at times, I like to like chew, or like I'll bite my mouth. So this helps me. What has been going on like in the world? Like YouTube is so funny, because no matter if I watch these things or not, like my recommended screen is always these like tea vlogs and stuff. And it's like, why aren't y'all recommending the things that I actually like? Like y'all know what I'm here for. You know what I want. I clicked that by mistake. Oh, I just scrolled by like someone's like mugshot, and I thought it was somebody that I knew, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, what is going on with YouTube today? But it's not. It's just like a really good like AI drawing of, and this is like, what is that noise? Why? Just why? Why was that even called for? Anyway, that was an AI drawing of someone, and it looks exactly like someone that I know. And the person in that picture is not real, but it looks exactly like someone I know. And that's how I know that this whole AI and Lensa thing is off. Like, there's something wrong about it. There's gonna be so many people getting blamed for crimes that they didn't do. It's very ghetto. There's this poly couple on TikTok, and people that was really loud and uncalled for, sir. And there's like, everybody's like been tearing them up, like.
She's 29. The bestie in the middle is Sean, and the woman on the right is Olivia. Olivia is the youngest in this poly relationship. She was 18 when she started talking to Sean, 19 when she got involved in this, and she is now 20. But she joined in this relationship when Shanice had already been dating Sean.
I just want to show y'all, even when it's not like Illuminati or like conspiracy, the way this man is winking like this, it's just always something about the wink and the tongue out and like all of those things that like are like a clear indicator of someone can't be trusted for me. That man is a master manipulator. Like, nobody can tell me any different. I just don't care. Like, just watching them on there, like the whole dynamic it gives me the heebie-jeebies, because he's just gaslighting them. And Shanice was in the army or the Marines, was it? Oh, you know what I mean. She had on a uniform. While she was away, like deployed or whatever happens to them, he brought in Olivia. Could not be me. Like, I'm sorry, I'm too selfish. Like, I don't care how much I like you, I would dip off. And it's not even like selfish or ego like in a bad way. It's just that I rather not share my person in that way.
First, so this is Shanice's video. He said how I transitioned from monogamy to polygyny. She's in the U.S. Navy.
Polygamy?
She said, all while on deployment, this man I fell head over heels for. Protective, loving, true to his word. I do anything for him. His masculinity allows me to be my true self. Divine femininity. His leadership and purpose.
She is a baddie. She needs to leave him.
Uncontrollable urge to follow. That's scary. Adding women to our dynamic has always been a part of our plan. Just never thought anyone would be permanent.
My camera died, but yeah, I am going to start writing out the names of, the perfumes on each sticker, and I'll come back after I do that, like when I'm sticking them on and stuff. I'll show you guys that. But yeah, I'm watching New Amsterdam on Netflix. I'm on season 1, episode 20. I am really invested. So I'm going to watch that while I do this, and then I'll come back and I can talk to you guys when it's not copywritten.
Desire to help you reconfirm within yourself today. First, it would be nice if you could accept the existence of this vortex of creation. And it would be even nicer if you could see it as we see it, as your present tense of creation. So that when your friend says to you, I don't see any improvement in your life, you can stand firmly inside your vortex of creation and say, that's because it's not visible to those who are outside the vortex. And they will say, have you seen a doctor lately? And you will say there are no doctors in the vortex. When you let being in this vortex, when you let tuning yourself into the vibrational frequency of all that you are be your top priority, you get so much life back. Do you know how many arguments, how many words, how many efforts, how much action is necessary just to keep you alive and out of desperation when you're not in the vortex? In other words, it's a big effort to live this life when you're counting on your words and your action and your effort to make it happen. It's interesting. You could just have a conversation with one very well-meaning mother about her child that she adores more than life itself, and listen to all of the gyrations that she is going through in order to sort of kind of understand what's going on with her little boy and put it in the proper perspective, when really all she needs to do is step away from whatever's bothering him and away from whatever's bothering her and focus upon something that gives her access to the vortex, and from inside the vortex everything's clear. You cannot lead from behind. And if you are not in the vortex, then you have nothing to give anyone. Sometimes people say, it seems like you teach selfishness. Because selfishness, let's define it. Selfishness means vibrational alignment with self. And in order to understand that, you got to know who self really is. Self is source. Self is clear-minded. Self is healthy. Self is full of vitality. Self is eager about life. And when you are willing to be selfish, which means you are willing to mimic the vibration of self, which means you're willing to release the thoughts that hold you apart from that and practice the thoughts that cause you alignment with that, which simply means you're selfish enough to care how you feel. That's when they call it selfish. People say, oh, you're so selfish, you're pleasing you. And what they mean is, you should please me. You're selfish because you please you, and I'm not selfish because I think you should please me instead of you. There's some screwy reasoning going on. And every time it matters to you to please them instead of you, oh, it's such short-term gain. Such short-term gain. Because when you care about how someone else feels or how they are responding to you, so you behave in order to affect their response to you, you do them a very big disservice, because you teach them that through action and demand or cajole or control or power, that they can wrestle their life to the ground. And there's hardly going to be anybody as cooperative as you. Think about it. Have you ever had someone who was so cooperative they'd just do anything for you? And then they were the only one who would behave that way? So you just had that one friend? Often it was your mother. You weren't really ready for the world, were you? But when you show yourself that you have the power to come into alignment, not just with who you were before you were born, but with all that you've become ever since, not just with you and all you've become, but with Source itself. When you show yourself that by being selfish, which means by reaching for the best feeling thought you can find on whatever subject is active, when you care about being in the vortex, you care about being in concert with the energy that creates worlds. And one who's in the vortex, one who's in alignment with that energy, is more powerful than millions who are not. It's such an interesting thing to watch what goes on in your planet, because you are so good at step one. Most of you have made such a career out of step one. You sift through the data and you know what you don't want, and you know what you do want, and you know what you don't want, and you know what you do want, and you know what you don't want, and you know what you do want, and you know what you don't want, and you know what you do want, and you know what you don't want, and you know what you do want. And Source is over here, knowing what you want, being what you want, sending out a signal of what you want. Law of Attraction's over here, gathering what you want, gathering what you want, gathering what you want, gathering what you want. That's creating by default. That's going where the wind blows. That's complaining about whatever they're complaining about and feeling about whatever's happening. But when you decide that you're going to take control of your relationship to who you really are, when you decide that you're going to tend to this gap between you, wherever you are on whatever subject you're experiencing, and who you really are and what you know about the same, life is going to take a new form and shape for you. You're going to feel exhilarated. You're going to feel satisfaction. Those who are watching you will see you as someone who seems to create tremendously with ease. Those who are watching you, especially those who don't really understand the power of this vortex and the power of your deliberate alignment with it, they'll call you lucky. Many times they'll be jealous of you because they'll watch your fortunes amassed and your funds surround you, and they'll watch you in satisfying life experience. And when they say to you, "What do you know that I don't know?" the only thing that you can say to them that is of any real value to them is, "I figured out my relationship with me, and I'm constantly aware of my vibrational relationship to who I really am and what I really want. And I guide every thought I can to mesh with the wholeness that I am. I've become a deliberate thinker. I no longer create by default. I think on purpose, I speak on purpose, I act on purpose, and I don't do any of it unless I'm in the vortex." What do you mean? What's a vortex? What do you mean? What is a vortex? A vortex is a vibrational state of being that is the precursor of all positive motion forward of all that is. It's like encapsulated, condensed, straight up Source. It's pure positive energy. It's the holding tank. It's the anchor. It's the touchstone. It's the place where all dreams and wishes and hopes are held until we find vibrational alignment with them. It's the eternal pool of well-being to which each of us have added mightily along the path of our physical experience. So this vortex, it is a reality even though you can't see it, but you can feel it. You know how your dog hears things you can't hear and smells things you don't want to smell? Because your dog has more acute sensitivity to sound than you do. Sound is just vibration, and hearing is just translating it. Smelling is just translating vibration. This vortex is something that while you can't see it, and while you may not be able to hear it, when you get in the vicinity of it, you can feel the deliciousness of it. And when you are far from it, you can feel the discord of not being close to it. Do you know that everything you feel all day, every day, is nothing more than feedback about your proximity to your vortex? So when you feel really ornery, you're vibrationally speaking not near your vortex. When you feel hopeful, you're right on the brink of it. In fact, this door to the vortex, this imaginary door in Abraham's fairy tale of the vortex, this vibrational entry point is somewhere between hope and belief. So when you feel hopeful about something, you're so in the vicinity that you'll be called in, you'll be swept in. Law of attraction will take you in. Law of attraction will take you in when there is not enough resistance to hold you out. How's that? If you weren't doing that thing you do that holds you apart from your vortex would take you in every time. When you slumber, in you go. But you wake up right where you were when you went in. If you go to sleep in the vortex, you wake up in the vortex. If you go to sleep not in the vortex, you wake up not in the vortex. You ever had an experience where you're ornery when you go to sleep? You sleep all night, you sleep pretty good, you wake up still ornery. So the vortex is the source of well-being, calling you home, so to speak, calling you to all that you've created. And when you are not clinging with resistance to some thought that keeps you from it, it takes you right in. So really, when we say we want you to get into the vortex, what we really mean, a much more accurate way of saying it is, we want you to stop doing that thing you do that keeps the vortex from taking you in easily. You to get into the vortex, what we really mean, a much more accurate way of saying it is, we want you to stop doing that thing you do that keeps the vortex from taking you in easily. Oh, you're going, you're just not going willingly sometimes. In other words, when you croak, in you go. So wonderful to watch you die, moving immediately into all that you have become, all that you've asked for. We don't think you should have to croak in order to be in the vortex. We don't think you should have to croak in order to be what life has caused you to be. We want to help you soften your resistance, because when you soften resistance, the vortex takes you in. And that really is where you belong. You belong inside that vortex where rendezvous with exhilarating things can happen all day, every day. Do you know that if this time-space reality has the wherewithal to stimulate a desire, so that the desire is, in present tense, already gathered in this vortex of creation, that this time-space reality has the wherewithal to give it to you now. And the only reason there is a gap between you putting it in the vortex and it showing up where you and others can see it and smell it and hear it and taste it and touch it is because you've got more resistance about the subject going on than you do belief or expectation about the subject. That's all. You just gotta move yourself into more expectation.
So right now I am about to start packaging orders and looking at who actually ordered online and stuff and getting the shipping labels. Hey. If you hear music in the background, my mom is in the kitchen cooking, and I'll probably stop in the middle of this to eat because I am starving. I have my Snuggie on because it's cold on this floor. I am exhausted, you guys. If you're gonna stay, you have to be nice. Lay down. My handy dandy adapter. Anything you'll see in my videos that like you want to know where it's from, usually it will be linked in my Amazon storefront. The link is in my link tree, and the link tree will always be in my description. I have like everything on there, from like electronics to like things that I use for like my sensory issues. So if like you have sensory issues, I'm learning that a couple of my followers also have pots, so I might just make like a little section of like things that I use that like help me through like my day-to-day. I need to focus on putting everything together because I am not the best under pressure, so BRB. So I like to pre-package my orders. Like I like to go through them on Shopify, package them, and then go through them on GoShippo, and then make sure everything is together. Just because, I don't know, it's more thorough. Sometimes like I try to not do it that way and it just doesn't work out the same, so yeah. We got Blanca. Thanks, bestie. I'm gonna go with blue for her. And we have Money Magnet. It's all nice. I love when it gets green. Like that's how you can tell them apart too. The Love has more red undertones and the Money Magnet has green. I'm gonna put that in the bag. I'm gonna give her a seashell. And the bracelet. Evil eye protection. Eyes off the road. Holding on won't get us. We got a long way to go. I think that's super cute. But I want the card to be behind this stuff. Next we have a money magnet for Kira. I'm gonna use a white bag. Money magnet. And I really handpick each shell to make sure like whichever one just feels drawn to me for that package. Brown bracelet and a thank you card. So yeah, I pretty much just repeat that until they're done. Okay, so here are the orders I just packaged. I already had a few orders picked up before I started this video, so yeah, this is what is left. Each one has something special in it. I am exhausted, so after I do this, I don't know what the rest of this vlog is going to be. I have a thermal printer. This is also in my Amazon storefront. So if you guys need one of those, if you're thinking about starting a business, it is very important. I'm in an arcade tonight. I don't get to do my hair tonight. I'm going to have a BF, okay? Kira with the money magnet. Vivian, money magnet. Brianna, forget me not. I got my packages picked up by the mailman and he took them to the post office. I did a little something to my hair just so that I can film my video. And that is what I'm about to do. I guess this is just like, you know, a little vlog of what's been going on. And yeah, I'm gonna try to like just keep vlogging and put together these videos so that it's more of a regular recurrence and not just dropping a video every once in a while. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog and hanging out with me for a little while and just, you know, getting a little look into what I do daily, because I really don't do much, you guys. But like I had comments like, we'll watch you read a book. So I'm like, all right, I'll just bring you guys along because I really don't mind. I just don't want to be boring. But yeah, so I will see you guys in my next video, and make sure you subscribe to my main channel, which you should be if you're here.